What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and Netflix has a new movie out, and I watched it. It's The Life List. this is uh, this has audio description. It's done by International Digital Center, written by Liz Gutman, narrated by somebody who I did not know and did not recognize their name. I actually thought I had recognized the voice, and then I heard the narrator's name, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't know who you are." So congratulations on getting work and joining the community of audio description narrators. Maybe you did something else and I just haven't heard you yet, but uh, yeah. So what is the life list? Well, you're gonna have to click like and subscribe to find out. Did you do it? Okay, well, it's on your life list, so come back to it at a certain point. Sophia Carson is one of the siblings of she has siblings. I'm gonna slightly spoil a little bit, but because the plot line that I've seen for this doesn't directly address the thing that is very obvious and kind of drives the entire movie. Uh, and I don't even understand why they're hiding it. So I think it's dumb because it's what the movie's about. This just has sort of like an Eat, Pray, Love vibe to it. There was also a movie that I saw, but I cannot remember, where there was a girl that was like following her mom's journey through Italy, and she had like a book or something like that. And I don't know what movie that is, but I know I've seen it. If you know what movie that is, drop it in the comments. So Sophia Carson, for reasons that aren't really well explained, has to follow the life list because her mom, played by Connie Britton, has passed away. She's in the movie a little bit. She's alive for like the first maybe 10 minutes of the movie. They have like a conversation. But Connie is in a lot of the movie through these recordings that she's made for Sophia. And they have a lawyer who does this reading of the will and lets Sophia know that, unfortunately, that she's uh, fired from the company until she completes this, her mom's wish or whatever, which is this uh, which is her mom found this old life list, which is like a bucket list, but it's like something that she made when she was a kid of all the things she wanted to accomplish. And I guess her mom felt sorry that she had never accomplished any of the things that were on this list. So it's like 12 things, and she's been given till the end of the year. It's like early in the year. It's like, I don't know, February or something like that. So she has basically the whole year to accomplish this. And they're all mostly achievable goals except find true love. She's currently she currently has a boyfriend who is a game designer. He won't be around for very long. I'll talk about that in a minute. And she needs to check these things off, which is like play Claire de Lune, uh, finish Moby Dick. Like, she has to read Moby Dick, be a teacher. She has to become a teacher. She has to make peace with her father. I can't remember all of them. Those are like some of them. She did a stand-up routine for some reason. What a weird thing for a kid. Like, it's a weird list for kids. But yeah, so she has to follow this list and follow her mom's DVDs if she wants to have her inheritance. And her mom ran this, owned this company. So it's they have wealth. These are not poor people. So does she want the money is the question. So yeah, so she's going to go on the journey. Along the way, she's going to meet this British guy that charms her, and you're like, oh my God, will she find true love? But she keeps touching base with the nice lung lawyer person. I like that. Young lawyer person. Uh, and I don't know any of these actors. I really don't. Sofia Carson, Connie Britton, Jose Zuniga, who plays her father. I knew who he was. Who plays Sam, the father who has to make peace with. She has to make peace with. Um, yeah, this cast is really light on people that I was like, oh, I know you by name. I mean, if I like searched their IMDb pages, maybe I would be like, oh, you played that person on that show. Okay. Uh, and I actually liked the movie overall, like beginning to end. I found it to be an enjoyable experience. I did. I also found it to be an incredibly predictable experience. Like at every single beat is the most obvious beat that we stumble into. I mean, I'm blind, but I could see everything coming. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if this script was my life, maybe I wouldn't need a cane. You know, like I feel like I could just walk through it and be like, well, I know where that is because that's obviously where that is. Like there wasn't a single moment that ever surprised me in this movie. Like this movie goes everywhere that you think it's going to. Every character is exactly who you think it's going to be. Every situation, every beat, every choice it's ever made. It is the most predictable film of the year. It is 2025's most predictable film of the year. They didn't make one single choice where I was like, oh, wow, I didn't see that coming. Um, so yeah, there's something to be said for that. Like we can't go into the A territory. Did I like it? Was it enjoyable? Yeah, but it's fluff. At the end of the day, it's fluff. It's it's not even like deeply well made or interesting fluff because at the end of the day, I sat there and I was like, wow, that was everything that I saw coming. So it's like if you really enjoy, you know, Coke, like Coca-Cola, right? Classic. And you sit down and you drink it and it just hits the spot. It doesn't mean like that's not the best Coke you've ever had because you've had it like 1,000 times before and you will have it 1,000 times after that. But in that moment, it worked, right? So there's something to be said for that. In that moment, it hit the spot. In that moment, it felt maybe even better than some of the other times you would have that exact same drink. So, but it is so derivative and so exactly the same of everything else that has ever come before it that it becomes hard for me to praise it too much. Like there's nothing, there's a ceiling here, and it's hitting that ceiling because there's nothing unusual or interesting about the film. There's nothing that surprises you. That's like, oh wow, I didn't see that coming. There's just a lot of um, what do I want to say? There are some doors that you don't know that there's a door until they show you the door, and then immediately you know what's behind the door, that kind of thing. Um, so there's something that has to do with her past and through her father, but as soon as it's revealed, I know where it's going. You know, like as soon as they're like, oh, by the way, this is part of the story, you go, okay, well, I know where that's going to go, and it does go there, and everything happens exactly the way that I thought it was going to. So I was never surprised by it. I can see why people would enjoy this, and I'm still positive on this. I would give it a fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that this is worth watching, and I think people will enjoy this. And I think people might rewatch it too because it's the kind of thing that feels effortlessly rewatchable. But at the same time, uh, if somebody were to try to tell me we should nominate this for best screenplay, I would slap them hard with an object. I'd be like, are you stupid? Like, no. This movie, there's not a single damn thing about this movie that was like, oh wow. Oh my God, that's profound. Oh my God, that's so different. Wow, I can't believe you made that choice. I thought you were gonna go left, but damn, you went right. You know, like, no, she goes every single direction that you think she's gonna go. And you're like, oh, well. So, the life list. What I'll say about the audio description is I knew it was Liz from the moment she used the word Tawny. She's the only narrator that I catch regularly using Tawny as a description of skin color. And that's fine. I mean, like, I get it, but it almost has become her signature. Like, I've caught it a couple times, and every time I hear it in the description, it always ends up being Liz as the writer. So, uh, I don't think any other narrators are making that choice. Any other writers are making that choice. So, I did catch that. It was a description for, I can't remember his name, but the British love interest that she acquires. I think that's the description for him. So, uh, yeah. Should you watch The Life List? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a good movie. It's not going to be on any of my top films of the year list. Sofia Carson's livelihood is being held up by Netflix at this point between this show and this movie, and she just did um, the Netflix Christmas movie whose name already escaped, Carry On, and then she had Purple Hearts. If Sophia's going to become a thing, she has to do non-Netflix titles that are theatrically released. Like, she just can't become the Netflix star of tomorrow. Like, it's just gonna feel like her films are always gonna feel like they're B-list films if she can't make the jump to the actual big screen. If the big screen for her stops at Netflix movies, uh, that's as far as she's gonna go. So we got to get her in something. A24's got to call her name and put her in something. I don't know. Get her on the big screen for whatever they were going to offer Rachel Ziegler. Give it to Sofia Carson and see what happens. um, so I I'm gonna give The Life List a B. I did like the movie, like, but at the end of the day, yeah, it is so predictable, and I'm not even gonna try to sugarcoat that and pretend like it's not. I felt every beat coming. I knew exactly where things were gonna go. A character would say something, I'd be like, well, that's gonna be important later. Um, and the movie doesn't really spend a whole lot of time on commit to a lot of the journey for her. I wish it had. I felt like, especially the become a teacher thing, she's like, it barely has time to show you that. It can't decide if it wants to be a bucket list movie or a romantic comedy, you know? So it has to spend a lot of time investing itself in relationships because that end goal is find true love. But we get so little time on things that are on the other list. And some of those are just, they kind of feel like they're big things. You can't just be like, well, I'm going to go teach today. I kind of wanted to see more of her in the classroom, and you get like 2 scenes. Um, Somehow she radically changes this kid's life with very little contact. Anyway, uh, yeah, it, it, it could have been written better. It could have been. So, but I think you'll enjoy it. It's very cookie cutter, but cookies taste good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.